Hey everybody, it's Maddy here. Today I'm going to be teaching you how you can crochet this tiny little Christmas tree ornament. This is so adorable, so cute and tiny, and I love it. It looks so pretty on the Christmas tree. It doesn't have to be an ornament if you don't want it to be. You could always make just like a plain Christmas tree, and I think that's cute as well. And this pattern doesn't use too many stitches. It only uses a single crochet and a chain and then a magic ring. It's pretty simple. Anyway, let's begin crocheting. To begin making our Christmas tree, we're going to start off by making a magic ring, and to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to take the tail end of your yarn and you're going to hold that in your left hand like this. And then with this long strand, you're going to wrap that around two of your fingers like this. And then you're going to twist your hand and you're going to make an X on top of your hand with that yarn. And then also going to hold this strand with my pinky. So now we have that X on top of our two fingers, just like that. And now you're going to take your crochet hook, you're going to put underneath this first strand here, and you're going to grab this long strand. You're just going to grab it and pull it through. And then you're going to twist your crochet hook up, and then we're going to yarn over with this long strand like this, yarn over, and then you're going to pull that through the loop that you have on your hook, just like that. And now you've made your magic ring. All you need to do is just slip that off your fingers, and that's going to be your magic ring. Now, if you're having a difficult time making the magic ring, I do have a more detailed tutorial on my channel, and I'll have that link down below in the description if you want to check that out, because I know making a magic ring can be a little difficult. But once you have your magic ring, what we're going to do now is we're going to do 3 single crochets in the magic ring. And to make a single crochet, you're going to take your hook and you're going to put it in the magic ring. You're going to yarn over and pull out a loop. So you should have 2 loops on your hook like this. And then from here, you're going to yarn over again and pull through both of the loops. Just like that. So that's our first single crochet. I'm going to show you again. So you're going to take your hook, you're going to stick it through your magic ring, yarn over, and then pull out a loop. So you should have 2 loops on the hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through both of the loops. So there's our second single crochet. Let's go ahead and make another single crochet. So insert your hook through the magic ring, yarn over, and pull out a loop. So you should have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through both of the loops. So now we have our 3 single crochets. I'm going to go ahead and tighten up our magic ring, and to do that, you're just going to take that tail end of our yarn, and when you pull on that, it will tighten up this magic ring, like just like this. So when you pull on it, it gets smaller. So just pull out as tight as you can till you have something that looks like this. After you tighten the magic ring, we're going to go ahead and chain 1, and to make a chain, you're going to yarn over and then pull that in through the loop you have in your hook. Just like that. That is 1 chain. After we've made our chain, we're going to go ahead and flip our work so we can begin on row 2. For row 2, we're going to be working in the back loop only of each of the stitches. So normally when we would go into a stitch, we would go through both of the loops, but today we're just going to be going in through just the back loop, like this. We're going to be working 1 single crochet in this first stitch, 3 single crochets in the second stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the last stitch. Starting in this first stitch, going into the back loop only, we're going to do 1 single crochet. So we're going to insert our hook, yarn over, and pull out a loop. So you should have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through both of the loops. So there's our 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, we're going to be putting 3 single crochets in the same stitch. Again, we're only going to be working in that back loop. So let's go ahead and do our first single crochet. There's 1, insert our hook, yarn over, pull out a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops, 2, and then we're going to do 1 more single crochet, so we have 3 in that same stitch. And then in this last stitch, we're going to be putting 1 single crochet, again working in just that back loop. Just like that. And now you should have a total of 5 stitches for row 2. Go ahead and chain 1, and then we're going to turn our work and we can begin working on row 3. For row 3, we're going to be working in the back loops again, just like we did previously. And this row is pretty simple. All we're going to do is put 1 single crochet in each of the stitches till we make it to the end of the row. So starting in this first stitch, in that back loop, we're going to go ahead and put 1 single crochet. And then in the second stitch, we're also going to put 1 single crochet. Again, only working in that back loop. 1 single crochet, and then 1 single crochet. And then in the last stitch, we're also going to put 1 single crochet in that back loop. So So there's the end of row 3. Go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. And now we can begin on row 4. For row 4, we're also going to be working in the back loop of the stitches only. Now for this row, in the first 2 stitches, we're going to put 1 single crochet. In the third stitch, we're going to put 3 single crochets. And then in the last 2 stitches, we're going to put 1 single crochet. So starting in the first one, we're going to go ahead and do 1 single crochet in the back loop. There's 1. In the next stitch, we'll go ahead and do the same thing by putting 1 single crochet in there. Just like that. And then in the third stitch, we're going to put 3 single crochets in the stitch. Again, we're only going to be going through the back loop of the stitch. So there's 1, 2, and then 3. And now in the last 2 stitches, we're just going to put 1 single crochet in each of those. So there's 1, and then the last stitch, we'll put 1 single crochet. Just like that. We'll go ahead and chain 1 and turn our work to begin the next row. For the next row, it'll be very simple. All we're going to do is put 1 single crochet in each of the stitches all the way down to the end of the row. Again, we're only going to be working in the back loop of the stitches. So starting in this first stitch, go ahead and put 1 single crochet. The next stitch, we're going to put 1 single crochet. And just continue that till you make it to the end of the row. Once you make it to the end of the row, go ahead and chain 1, and then we're going to turn our work. For this row, we're going to do 1 single crochet in the first 3 stitches, and then in the 4th stitch, we're going to put 3 single crochets. And then the last 3 stitches will be 1 single crochet in each of those. Again, we're going to be working in just the back loop of each of the stitches. So starting in this first stitch, go ahead and put 1 single crochet. The second stitch, 1 single crochet, and then in the third stitch, 1 single crochet. And then in this next stitch, we're going to put 3 single crochets. So go ahead and put 1 single crochet. Let's go ahead and put another one. There's 2, and then 3 single crochets in that same stitch. And then in the last 3 stitches, we're going to put 1 single crochet in each of those. Just like that. And then from here, we can go ahead and chain 1 and turn our work to begin the next round. For the next round, all we're going to do is put 1 single crochet in each of the stitches till you make it to the end of the row. So another simple round. Again, only working in the back loop of each of the stitches. So starting in this first one, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet. I'm going to go ahead and finish this row. Alright, I just finished that row. And now we can go ahead and chain 1, and then we'll turn our work to begin the next row. For this row, we're going to be putting 1 single crochet in the first 4 stitches, and then in the 5th stitch, we're going to put 3 single crochets, and then in the last 4, we're going to put 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. Again, only working in that back loop. So starting in the first stitch, go ahead and put 1 single crochet. The second stitch, 1 single crochet. The third stitch, 1 single crochet, and then in the 4th stitch, 1 single crochet. And then once you make it to that 5th stitch, which is this next stitch, we're going to put 3 single crochets. Again, only working in that back loop. There's 1, 2, and then 3. And then in the last 4 stitches, go ahead and put 1 single crochet in each of those. Once you make it to the end of that row, go ahead and chain 1, and then we're going to turn our work so we can begin on the last row. For this last row, it's where we're just going to be putting 1 single crochet in each of the stitches till you make it to the end of the row. Again, we're going to work in just the back loop of the stitches. So in the first stitch, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this row. Alright, I just made it to the end of that last row, and now we have our little green triangle, which is our Christmas tree. To finish off this tree, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and then we can go ahead and cut our yarn, and I like to leave a little bit of a tail just so it's easier to sew in later. And then to fasten this off, we're just going to pull on our crochet hook till that loop comes out, just like that. And then pull on that to make sure it's nice and tight. And now you can stop here and sew in the ends, or you can wait till the very end to sew everything in if you want. But I like to sew in the ends as I go. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my yarn needle and thread the tail through it, just like this. And then I'm just going to sew that tail in through a few of the stitches. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and trim the rest of that tail. And then if I'm turning this into a ornament, what I like to do for this top tail is turn this into the little loop so I can put it onto the tree, just like this. So I'll show you how I like to secure that in place. I'm gonna go ahead and weave my yarn through the yarn needle, and then I'm going to take the needle and put it through a little area of the tree next to where that tail starts. And I'm not going to pull that all the way through. I'm just going to make this big enough till I like the size of it, and that looks pretty good. So then with this tail, what I will do is tie a knot with this string and this string. So I'm going to go ahead and cross the two pieces over like this, and then tie a knot. There's one, and I'll go ahead and tie another knot. And then there's two. Does that make sense? I don't know if you were able to see that or not, but that's how I make the little loop that goes on top of the little ornament. And then I'll just go ahead and sew this in. All right, and now I'll show you how we're gonna make this stump for our Christmas tree. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to attach our brown yarn to the tree. So if you look on the tree, you will find the middle stitch, which is this stitch right here. And you're just gonna move over one stitch, which is gonna be this stitch right here. So one over from the middle. Go ahead and insert your hook through that stitch, going through both loops. Then you're going to take the brown yarn, place it onto your hook, and then pull it through the stitch all the way through, just like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie a simple knot, nice and tight, just like that. And then go ahead and take your hook and stick it back through that same stitch. And then you're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, and then go ahead and chain one to attach that yarn. And now in that same stitch, we're going to put one single crochet. We're also going to be working in both loops of the stitches for this stump. So go ahead and insert your hook through the stitch, yarn over and pull out a loop. So you should have two loops in your hook, yarn over and pull through both loops. So there's our first single crochet. We're going to go ahead and do two more single crochets in the next two stitches. So we have a total of 3 single crochets. So in this next stitch, go ahead and do another single crochet, and then in the third stitch do another single crochet, just like that. And now we'll go ahead and turn our work, and we're going to do one more row of single crochets on top of those first 3 stitches that we just made. So starting in this first one, go ahead and put one single crochet in the next stitch, and then one single crochet in the last stitch, just like that. And then go ahead and chain one, and we can cut our brown yarn. And then to fasten it off, just pull your hook all the way out and pull it nice and tight. Now we have the stump for our Christmas tree. All you need to do now is just sew in the ends, and your Christmas tree will be finished. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Ta-da! And now you have your cute little Christmas tree ornament. It doesn't have to be an ornament. It could still be just a cute Christmas tree. But anyway, it's so cute. You could also crochet a star to put on top if you wanted, and sew on some ornaments if you want to like make a very decorative Christmas tree, but I decided to keep mine pretty simple because I think it still looks good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a like and let me know down below in the comments how your Christmas tree turned out. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!